Oh, hey, what's up? I'd like to talk about how many heavens are there. So you might have heard something about seven heavens. Um, that's not biblical at all. There's literally nothing in the Bible that says that there's seven heavens. So a lot of people have a wrong understanding of what heaven is. So that's what I'd like to talk about here. So a lot of people think of heaven as some kind of a spiritual thing. And yeah, that is true, but they also forget the physical aspect that heaven is an actual physical location. And even in, I'd say probably not currently, but if you, astronomers used to in the past refer to outer space as the heavens. So that was a thing. Like they did refer to outer space as the heavens. And there is a reason for that. And I think it might even go back to the Bible of why they called it that. So there's actually three heavens. So there are kind of layers. So the first heaven is actually just Earth. You know, it's a physical location. And at one point, the kingdom of heaven was actually on Earth. So yeah, it's heaven is a physical location. So the first heaven is Earth. That's the where we live. What's the second heaven? The second heaven is outer space. So you go further out. So you start with Earth, outer space is second heaven. So outer space, we know very little about outer space, what goes on there. Astronomers try to figure out what goes on there. But there's crazy stuff going on in outer space. There's spiritual stuff. There's stuff we can't see. Satan's probably swimming around somewhere there in outer space. We don't know. But that's the second heaven. That's outer space. Currently, that is yeah. I mean, this goes outside the scope of the video, but right now that's like Satan's domain. Actually, it's outer space, and it's so yeah. That's the second heaven. Biblically speaking, that's the second heaven, and then you have the third heaven. Now, the third heaven is the heaven that we're used to. So you have Earth, you have outer space, and the third heaven is outside of outer space. What's past outer space? That's where God lives. That's a physical location where God lives. That is the third heaven. So that's what we normally call heaven, where God lives. That's actually the third heaven. So there's actually really only three heavens. So the heaven that we're used to, that's the third one, and that's where God lives. So that's past outer space. So it's an actual physical location, and the Bible even says that it's to the north, that you can actually go far out. Now, outer space is so huge that we could never get there with our technology, and we'll never have the technology to actually get over there. But that is where God lives, and that is a physical location past outer space. So anyway, so I just want to talk about that because I think a lot of people have kind of a wrong understanding. They tend to kind of spiritualize the idea of heaven, but not actually think of it as an actual physical location. I think people seem to think we kind of um, we kind of teleport there, like we teleport to heaven, which that is the case. And then when God comes down here, he sort of teleports here from another realm, like in some other universe. When in reality, he's actually in this universe, and it's an actual physical location. It's so far away that it might as well be in another universe. And but that is kind of how that works. Like when the rapture happens, it's like you're physically ripped up and teleported at going light years, in and all in I don't know a second. I don't have those details, but anyway, I think I'll wrap up this video. But anyway, let's just to summarize quickly, you have three heavens. You have the earth, that's heaven one. You have outer space, that's heaven two, and then you have the third heaven, which is what we would call the real heaven, where God lives. So anyway, hopefully that clarifies a lot of things, because I think there's a lot of misconceptions on this topic. So anyway, see you next time.